Hey, it's Mindy with Astrology by Love, here for Gemini Sun and Rising's horoscope for April 2025. So we are going to start at the eclipse on March 29th and go to the new moon on the 27th of April. So before I get started, there's not a lot of days to talk about this month. However, the days that I do talk about, most of them have a lot happening that day. So typically in these videos, I am talking to y'all about planetary energies. I'm not talking about the moon so much. However, the moon transits this month are pretty special. The majority of the planets are in the later degrees of the signs. When I make these videos, I use Llewellyn's astrological calendar to help me figure out which planetary transits are taking place. So this month, the month of April, I just want y'all to look at these transits. So we've got a whole bunch of transits and then not a lot. A whole bunch of transits, then not a lot. A whole bunch of transits, not a lot. And this back and forth energy goes on through most of the month. This is very much an emotional seesaw. So there's going to be days when we're emotionally triggered. There's all these undercurrents. There's all these changes. And then the next day, nothing. So Gemini, you're probably going to handle this better than most signs, but I did want to mention that that is the lunar energy for the month, and that is playing out in the background. If you want a calendar like this, I've got it linked below. It's in my Amazon store because we're so far into the year, it's only $8. So if you want to keep track of transits or watch what's going on, if you're learning astrology, it's an excellent tool. I use it and like it. I appreciate you hanging out with me today, Gemini. Please like and subscribe. Please check out my readings. I've got some discount codes down below for those. So let's go ahead, jump in, and get started. On the 29th of March, we have the eclipse in Aries. So this energy is taking place in your 11th house of friends. You're going to be feeling the energy about a week beforehand, building up. This could very much you be meeting a new friend, a new contact for work that's going to bring you some good business, and you're having to let go of some creative projects. Maybe you're having some conflicts with your kids and you're having to put them on the back burner for a little bit. Also on the 29th, Mercury is going retrograde. It enters the sign of Pisces and it meets with Neptune that's going forward into the sign of Aries tomorrow. So there is very much an air of confusion in your work life around this eclipse, Gemini. This is not seeing things straight. This is not being able to organize things in any sort of linear way. This is energy where you get to use your intuition at work, use your heart to figure things out. Then on April 30th, Neptune moves into Aries. So Aries rules your 11th house of friendships. This is where that eclipse just took place. This is energy of you almost seeing your friends in a more spiritual light. They become a little softer. Y'all are probably having conversations about otherworldly things instead of impulsively going after doing this daredevil energy. Your friend group becomes a little bit more sensitive. You'll definitely see the vibe change, and that vibe change may not be permanent, but it's going to be there for the next 13 years, Gemini. So kind of start adjusting to this change of mood and energy in your friendship circle. Then on April 4th, there's a lot going on. So Mars trines Saturn in the sky. Mars also sextiles Uranus, and then Saturn and Uranus are sextiling each other. So this is really interesting energy. So when Mars and Saturn trine, that is very much discipline, energy to get it done, a directed focus, organization, practicality, falling in line with tradition and rules, and being okay with that. However, Uranus is in this mix as well, and Uranus doesn't like rules. Uranus doesn't like to follow rules just for the sake of not following rules. Uranus likes marching to its own drumbeat. Sometimes Uranus wants to do things, sometimes Uranus wants to do nothing. And it's probably going to do the thing you're not expecting it to do. So all this energy works together on the 4th though. It's going to come out beautifully. This is all positive connections. And this is playing out for you, Gemini, in your second house of finances, your 12th house of the subconscious, and your 10th house of work. So Uranus has been going through your 12th house these past 6 or so years. And so you've not been able to sleep at night, you've been paranoid, you've been anxious, and Mars is in your second house of finances. You've been spending money, a little bit more money than you're probably comfortable with. And something about spending money and being anxious is working out well for you to have high standards at work. April 4th is going to be an interesting day for sure. Probably a little bit of drama. So this drama may just be playing out between your two ears with a whole bunch of anxiety, but you're going to feel it that day. Just expect a little bit of drama on April 4th. Then on April 6th, it's going to be a good day. We are calling it a good day. So the sun is sextiling Jupiter, and Venus and Mars are trining in the sky. This is very much men feeling good, men being abundant, being generous, being protective. When Venus and Mars are in trine, it's easy to be romantic. It's easy to get along with the opposite sex. This is very much a romantic, over-the-top, generous day. Go on a date tonight, Gemini. You'll enjoy yourself. This romantic energy may come from someone in your friend group. The sun is in your 11th house right now. Jupiter's in your first house, so you could be the one being generous. You could be the one being benevolent and protective. This energy between Mars and Venus is between your house of finances and work. So maybe you and a friend get together with some coworkers. Whatever happens, April 6th is going to be an enjoyable day. Now these are quick energies, so make sure to enjoy the day, but April 6th is a good day. Then on April 7th, Mercury in the sky is in Pisces. This is your house of career, legacy, and it's been going retrograde. It stands still on April 7th and starts to go direct. So there may be some confusion about work that day. Whenever Mercury stations and stands still in the sky, it's a pretty rough day for communications and traffic. Confusion, though, is probably going to be in your work life. So make sure to dot I's, cross T's, reread things. Ask your superiors, like, hey, did you really mean to say that? Be as clear as you can on April 7th because it's going to be easy to be confused. Also on that day, Venus and Saturn are coming together in the sky, and Mercury's nearby. So this is very much contract energy, agreeing to do things around money, around love. And with Mercury there, changing directions, just be sure to read the fine print. Understand what it is that you're being asked to sign, that you're being asked to agree to. Then on April 12th, we have the full moon in Libra. This is in your 5th house. So that eclipse just affected this house. Something just left your 5th house. And this full moon is bringing something beautiful back and landing it there. This full moon is bringing something beautiful to fruition in your 5th house. So this may have to do with your kids. This may have to do with your creative projects, fun projects. And this full moon is a beautiful star called Spica. So Spica is the great benefic. So this is abundance. This is luck. This is getting what you want in beautiful, fun, excellent ways. So the universe is definitely going to deliver something you've been wanting in your house of creativity or kiddos, Gemini. Also on that day, Venus in your 10th house of career stands still and starts to go forward. So money issues around work, having fun at work, young women at work, all these issues are going to start to ease up. They're going to start to get better with Venus starting to go forward. Then on April 16th, Mercury enters the sign of Aries. So once again, Aries is your 11th house, Gemini. Your mind is going to be on your friends, communicating with your friends, having fun with your friends, maybe hearing a little bit about your friend's emotions, about your friend's spiritual path with Neptune newly there. But Mercury is going to be in your 11th house for the rest of the month. Then on April 17th, Mars moves into Leo. So Leo is your 3rd house. This is basic learning. This is the community. These are your siblings. You are going to be energized to go out, hang out with your neighbors, go to that neighborhood barbecue, hang out with your siblings, read a book. This is very much going for walks in the neighborhood, exercising in the neighborhood sort of energy. Also on April 17th, Mercury meets up with Neptune. So this is very sensitive, intuitive. This is very sensitive, intuitive, impulsive, and passionate energies in your friend group. So one of your friends may be reaching out saying, hey, let's go to this protest, or let's go to this meeting about this issue at the water board or whatever. And you're going to be like, hey, I'm down. That water board's in my neighborhood. That's an example. Something like that's going to be going on. Then on April 19th, the sun moves into Taurus. Taurus is your 12th house, Gemini. This is very much a season where you will be having more dreams than usual. When the sun is traveling through your house of the subconscious, you have some aha moments. You have some realizations about the past, about subconscious pre-programmed behaviors. This is Taurus season for you every year, so this is part of the yearly cycle. So then on April 20th, we've got a lot going on. So the sun is squaring Mars. This is very much tired sort of energy. Take a nap that day. So everybody's going to be kind of tired, going to be kind of irritated. Venus is also sextiling Uranus, and Mercury is sextiling Pluto. So something about that anxiety, that impulsiveness in your subconscious mind can lead to you doing something wonderful or looking good at work. This may be you impulsively asking for a raise, asking for someone better to sit next to you in your office, something of that sort. And so that energy's there. Also, Mercury sextiling Pluto, the energy of deep conversations. This is getting to the bottom of stuff, figuring stuff out. This energy is between your friendship group and your ninth house of mastery, long distance travel, your spiritual house. So you may be tired that day. You may be talking to your friends about deep spiritual, poetic stuff. And you could also be surprisingly anxious and getting something good at work. So all that energy is there on April 20th. Then on April 23rd, you may not notice this energy, Gemini, because it is in the house of the subconscious, but there's some sort of subconscious need to control or maybe argue with gurus or foreigners in your life. This is a quick energy. You're not going to know why you feel that way or irritated by them or want to put them in their place, but that energy is there on April 23rd. Then on April 24th, Venus and Saturn meet back together in your 10th house of career. So whatever agreements that were going on earlier in the month, if you didn't agree to them then, they're coming back around to be agreed to on better terms that are clear. Stick to your standards that day. When Venus and Saturn are together, they are particular. They like things a certain way. This is keeping your standards high, your ethics high, and that is the energy for April 24th. Also on the 24th and the 25th, we are going to be feeling the energy build up to April 26th when Mars and Pluto are opposite each other in the sky. This, unfortunately, is very much a signature of violence. So this is people getting angry, people getting triggered, while someone else is trying to control them. This is revolutionary sort of energy in a negative sense. Definitely watch the news on the 26th, Gemini. You'll see examples of this playing out. Be careful that day. The energy for you is playing out in your 3rd house, community, neighborhood, siblings, in your 9th house. Those gurus, those teachers, those long distance travels. So there's going to be some power struggles there. So just be aware and pay attention on that day. Then on the 27th, we've got the new moon in Taurus. This, once again, is in your subconscious house. So your mind will probably be changed about something, but this isn't a new moon that you're really going to notice. You're really going to see shifts because it's in your subconscious. It is, however, square that frustrating energy of Mars and Pluto. You could be irritated with your neighbors fighting against political stuff, people from other countries maybe, foreign places, coming and trying to control something in the neighborhood. There's a frustration that's going on with this new moon for you, Gemini. So that is the energy for April 2025. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Definitely check those links out below, and I will see you back here soon. Thank you.